Welcome to Sri Shankar Smart Classes. In this session, we are going to analyze about the various adjustments that will impact on cash flow statement. At the same time, how do we prepare the necessary ledger accounts to identify the real inflows and outflows of cash, and how do you post into cash flow statements. So let us go in detail. Let's start with provision for taxation account. When you look at the information given here, provision for taxation, it is they have given 2 years information. One is opening that they have given 2 lakhs, closing is 1 lakh. Additional information that they have given is income tax paid is 1,75,000. So before we are going to analyze, we should know two things is clear. First thing, when you start the cash from operating activity, that means when you brought down of net profit, if you brought down net profit as difference between the P&L account closing minus opening, when you difference closing minus opening, so you should add it back the any provision made during the year to the net profit, and deduct after the changes of current assets and current liabilities adjustments, deduct the income tax. So at the same time, when you start the profit before tax as given in the adjustments, at that time you should need not to add any provision during the year. You should need not to prepare any necessary ledger account also. The only the thing, how much income tax paid or else how much the provision made that they have given in the adjustment, that you should deduct after changes of current assets, adjusting current assets and current liabilities, only income tax paid that you have to deduct. So you have to remember two things here. When you start the net profit, difference between closing and opening balance in the balance sheet, you should add back provision made during the year, deduct the income tax at the last after adjusting of current assets and current liabilities. Suppose when you start problem as profit before tax, because they are given the adjustments, you should consider only one thing. You should need not add anything back to the net profit. Only any income tax paid or a provision made during the year that they have given in the adjustment, that you have to deduct at the after adjusting current assets and current liabilities. So with the help of this, how we are going to prepare the necessary ledger account. So provision for taxation is a liability account. So when we start a liability account, and opening balance comes under credit side, closing balance comes under debit side. First one, we should bring down the opening and closing balances that they have given in the question. So opening balance, so we'll see if you take the profits difference between closing and opening balance, how you should record the preparation of provision for taxation account, ledger account, and how to take the inflows and outflows for a cash flow statement. So provision for taxation account is a liability account. So liability account always starts with credit side. By balance brought down, opening balance, that is 2 lakhs. First post the given information, opening and closing balances. So closing balance comes on credit side, debit side. To balance 1 lakh. So look at the adjustments. What are the adjustments they have given as? Income tax paid is 1,75,000. So when you prepare a liability account, so any transaction which will supposed to decrease in the value of liability, you should portion at the debit side. So income, only two entries will come. One is by provision made during the year or income tax paid. In the adjustments, any provision made during the year that they have given, you should post under the credit side, because it increases the value of liability by P&L account or provision made during the year. If they have given income tax paid, should portion debit side. To bank account, in bracket income tax paid, that is 1,75,000. So when you total it up, debit side is here, it is 2,75,000. Make the same total even in credit side also. So any balancing will comes under credit side, that you record as by P&L account balancing figure, provision made or else further provision made during the year. It is 75,000. So overall two entries here. So how you treat the provision made during the year and how you treat the income tax paid. So things are clear. First step I already noticed. If you start the net profits, difference between closing and opening balances, have to take everything into account. Any provision made is available, so that should be added back to cash from operating activities. Cash from operating activities should be added back. So any income tax paid is available, that should be deducted from cash from operating activities after adjusting the current assets and current liabilities. After adjusting the current assets and current liabilities, I have taken into account income tax paid. If you start the profit as per profit before tax that they have given in the question clearly, there is no point of preparing ledger account. Directly the income tax paid that should be deducted after adjusting current assets and current liabilities. This is how we are going to treat the provision for taxation account. So let us see one more account, provision for depreciation account. See, when we are preparing a accumulated depreciation account or provision for depreciation account is necessary for the part of statement for the part of cash flow statement. So first step, we should grab the information related to the accumulated depreciation account or provision for depreciation account is a liability account. First step, we should take down the opening and closing balances that's available in the question itself, and we have to look at the adjustments relating to the provision for depreciation account, and only we should take into account that the depreciation charged on particular machinery account and the depreciation charged on particular machinery account. In the absence of that information, you should look into forward how much overall depreciation is charged account. Let us see how do you draft the provision for depreciation account. So here they have given accumulated depreciation of machinery, nothing but provision for depreciation of machinery account. So opening balance is 25,000, closing balance is 40,000. So again it's a liability account. Liability account always starts with credit side by balance brought down 25,000, and again closing balance to balance carried down 40,000. So what are transactions that maximum will hit on any provision for depreciation account or any accumulated depreciation account? First step, we should take the opening and closing values and again look into the information what they have given. If suppose they have given information related to a sold of the machinery, so in that only you should identify the accumulated depreciation. See, accumulated depreciation in the sense means till the value of sold of the till the sold of the machinery, how much depreciation they charge, that is what we call it as accumulated depreciation. So in the question they have clearly given accumulated depreciation is 3,000. So we should charge depreciation on part of the machinery, so that we should charge under debit side. To depreciation on machinery account, or else to machinery account you can write directly. See how much we should charge depreciation on machinery account is 3,000. So then no further information, close the account. So debit side is here. So 43,000. Totals will be same, 43,000. So 43,000 minus 25,000. So any balance will comes on credit side, that you should write by P&L account balancing figure 43 minus 25, 18,000. So or else you can call it as depreciation made during the year. See, when preparing any accumulated depreciation account, or provision for depreciation account, first step you need to taking down the opening and closing information. Next step, see, in either they have to give any depreciation charge in particular machinery account, that is to directly record as to depreciate to machinery account 3000, or else they'll give one more transaction, depreciation made during the year, depreciation made or depreciation charged during the year. So if they have given depreciation charged during the year, you have to post on the credit side by depreciation made during the year. On the time you should find how much exactly the depreciation this charge and sold off part of machinery. So two things, if they have given depreciation particular part of the machinery, if it get tallied, no problem. If not, you will get depreciation made during the year. At the same time, when you take into account, so next you should prepare plant and machinery account. How much depreciation that you charge, this you should take into account for preparing of plant and machinery account, and how much depreciation made during the year, that will go to the cash from operating activities, that should be added back to the net profit. So be clear, whenever you are preparing a provision for depreciation account and along with plant and machinery account, what is the final balance on provision for depreciation account, that will be taken into account as a depreciation, not how much you charge on part of the machinery. So we'll see one more account relating to how do you prepare the plant and machinery. So when we come to the plant and machinery account, so plant and machinery, that we know it's an asset account. So they have given opening and closing values related to the plant and machinery, and they have given some additional information. So first thing what they have given is depreciation 50,000 depreciation has been charged for plant and machinery during the year 2019. That means that overall depreciation that they have given, and a piece of machinery was been sold for rupees 8,000 in 2019. It had cost rupees 12,000. In that depreciation, the charge on 7,000 has been provided on it. So from the given information, we have to identify the transactions first. Then we have to post under debit side and credit side. Hope we are all remembering the rules of any asset account, which will increases the value of asset, post under debit side, which will decreases the value of asset, post under credit side. Or else you can apply the thumb rules. Machinery account is an asset account. Anything comes in, identify the transactions first, make a transactions list. From the transaction, any transaction is coming in, post on a debit side, going out, post on a credit side. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So let us analyze the transaction. So first transaction is depreciation, directly they have given. So one is depreciation transaction, another one is sale transaction. Whenever the sale transaction is happened, we should identify from the sale exact profit or loss will arise. So first take the sale value. Sale value is 8,000. So from that 8,000, take a direct the written down value of the machinery. Written down value of the machinery, but cost minus accumulated depreciation on it. So what is the cost of machinery here? 12,000. So how much accumulated depreciation that they charge on that is 7,000. So 12,000 minus 7. From the given sales, we need to take the written down value. So we have to identify the written down value from the given information. So first step, take down the sale that is given in the question, that is 8,000. And it has been cost rupees 12,000 and depreciation provided on that is 7,000. So from the cost 12,000 deduct depreciation 7,000. So we'll get 5,000 as a WDV. That is written down value. From the cost of the machinery, deduct depreciation charged thereon on the particular part of the machinery, you get written down value, that is 5,000. So now deduct from the sale, deduct the written down value 5,000. If you get positive number, that is leads to profit, negative leads to loss. So 8,000 minus 5,000, so we'll get 3,000 as a profit. We'll get 3,000 as a profit. So we can find one more entry here. One is depreciation entry, sale entry, and profit entry. So three transactions that we recognized here from the given information. Just start the account. So plant and machinery account is an asset account. So the asset account always starts with debit side. Opening values, closing value should record under credit side. So 5 lakhs was the opening value, 8 lakhs is the closing value. Just post the information given in the question. So to balance brought down, it is opening balance 5 lakhs and closing balance by balance carried down 8 lakhs. So how to post the transactions? So apply thumb rules. If you are preparing asset account, anything which is coming in, post under debit side, anything is going out, post under credit side. So we find out three transactions. One is depreciation, sale, and profit transaction. So depreciation refers to decrease in the value of assets. So it decreases the value of asset. It leads to decrease in the value of plant and machinery. So you should record on debit side, credit side by depreciation. Depreciation they have given 50,000. 50,000 and again sale. So it's coming in and going out. Sale means a part of machinery is going out from the machinery. So it's going out, so you should record on credit side by sale of machinery or by bank account 8,000. So from the sale it leads to profit 3,000. So I told you we should follow through needs. The transaction leads to get a anything it's going to inflow to the land machinery, post on debit side. So profit it's coming into the machinery account. So we should record on debit side to profit and loss account 3,000 to profit and loss account 3,000. So first step, record the transactions, identify the nature of transactions. Just follow simple rules. If the transaction which will increase the value of asset, post under debit side. The transaction which will decrease the value of asset, post under credit side. So after posting of the given information, just close the account. So you should identify which side is higher. So it leads to credit side, it is 8,58,000. 8,58,000 and identify which are the balancing figure will come. So what are the maximum entries will come? Purchase, sales, profit or loss and depreciation. Already depreciation recorded, sale is recorded, profit is recorded. Again the balance figure will come on debit side. It leads to purchase or to bank account balancing figure. You can write in bracket purchases. So 8,58,000 minus 5,03,000, you get 3,55,000. This is from the given information. We are going to just prepare the plant and machinery account. Then how you identify the transactions that will be recorded in the cash flow statement. First, let's start with depreciation. There is no provision for depreciation. If there is no provision for depreciation is given in the adjustment. So how much depreciation you charge here, that should be added back to cash from operating activities. First thing. Then sales. Sale relates to a non-current asset. So it leads to, you should record sales under investing activities because it's an inflow of cash. sales should record under investing activities, inflow of cash. Depreciation record under operating activities, the non-cash expense add back to the net profit. And profit, again the profit arises from the selling of non-current assets, so that you have deducted from the net profit, I mean cash from operating activities, you are going to deduct the profits. And purchases leads to outflow of cash, so again it leads to plant and machinery account. So non-current assets, any purchase and sales, you should record under investing activities. If it is inflows, nothing but sales. If it is outflows, nothing but purchases, you should record under bracket. So this is how we are going to record the plant and machinery account. So when we look into any adjustment related to land and building account, so it's an asset account. Look at this adjustment, how to fill ledger account for this. So asset account always starts with debit side, closing balance comes credit side. So building was acquired during the year, that means purchase of the machinery. So we have purchase transactions, so any transactions which leads to inflow, that should record on debit side of our ledger account. So they have to cost of rupees 2 lakhs. In addition, that the cash payment they made of rupees only 1 lakh, and the remaining balance they made a loan of 7% mortgage loan. So how do you record this entry when the preparation of ledger accounts? So let us see. So first brought down the opening and closing values of land and building account to balance, brought down 3 lakhs and closing balance by balance carried down 5 lakhs. So we have only one transaction, purchase transaction. They purchase in two forms. In that they'll pay only cash of rupees 1 lakh and remaining they'll pay loan. So you have to record two entries. One is how much you can pay the cash transaction, that is 1 lakh, and how much you adjusted against the loan, that is, so 2 lakhs is the overall purchase. If you pay cash means 1 lakh, remaining 1 lakh you adjusted against the loan. So first you record the cash entry to cash account 1 lakh. That means how much amount they paid cash to acquire the machinery is 1 lakh, and remaining is from 2 lakhs they paid 1 lakh, so remaining balance is 1 lakh. For that 1 lakh they raised a loan, so you can record as to 7% mortgage loan in bracket machinery purchased 1 lakh. So there is no balancing figure available here, so you can close down the account, both the sides. 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs. So how do we record well during of cash flow statements means? So any cash payment to acquire of any fixed assets, it leads to investing activities and the cash outflow. So cash payment should record under investing activities, purchase of fixed asset. And any transaction happened to acquire between the two non-current accounts does not leads to inflow and outflow of money. So these transactions will not affect anywhere with preparation of cash flow statement. So let us see one more example related to the share capital account. So look at here, when we acquire some of the another company assets by issuing of shares. So how do you prepare the share capital account? So we know share capital is a liability account. So any transactions that will increase the value of liability should be pushed on the credit side. The transactions which will decrease the value of liability will be pushed on the debit side. So assets, nothing but it's have a value of in future. So any kinds of assets that will be acquired by issuing of shares, that should be recorded under debit side. At the same time, when you posting of all entries, any further balances will come credit side, record as a goodwill, debit side, record as a reserve. And first up, we should post the information, that is opening and closing balances given the question. So opening is 2 lakh, closing is 2 lakh 50. So liability account always starts with credit side. By balance brought down 2 lakhs, and closing balance by balance carried down 2 lakh 50. Look at the transactions. If any assets acquired, it does not mean that value of share capital will come down. So you should record under credit side. So any assets acquired, either current or non-current, record under credit side. To buy machinery account, $25,000, and buy stock account 20,000. Let's see, the acquired shares worth rupees difference 50,000. So only two entries. Overall assets acquired worth rupees 50,000. So any balance figure will left out credit side, that we call it as by goodwill. Balancing figure. So overall it will be 2 lakh 50 and 2 lakh 50. Any balance will comes under credit side. It's 5,000 we consider as a goodwill for the company. That's what we prepare a share capital account. And how you post the entries. Earlier told, any transaction happened between two non-current accounts does not lead to any of inflow. When the transaction happened between only the non-current and the current account. So share capital is a non-current in nature. That means it's a capital account, and stock is a current account. It leads to inflow. That means increasing in value. So should record it. Issue of share capital, it leads to some inflow of cash. So in financing activities, only should record issue of share capital for stock, that is 20,000. Again, transaction happened between share capital and machinery account, both will be non-current in nature, does not lead to any inflow and outflow. And share capital and goodwill account, called as non-current account, does not lead to any inflow and outflow. So this is how the maximum adjustments that will come while preparing of cash flow statement. Thank you.